G'day you good motherfuckers, the Buttsman here, and you need to watch this video because this is about you. I found a website that is shaming you. It hates you. But you're not allowed to know how I found it because it will say a lot about me. I didn't find it while searching the dark web for ketamine, and I didn't find it whilst I was on the normal web, jerking off 12 times a day on my day off. I found this website from a weird person who sent me the link on Instagram. But anyway, I digress. What the fuck am I talking about? Well, I will tell you right now. This website is www.stopmasturbatingnow.org. Now you might hear me say that and think, oh, this isn't the video for me. Stop! This is the video for you. You just fucking wait. But first, this video right here is brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Safety and security online are two very important aspects of life. Every single day, ladies and gentlemen, did you know there's hundreds of little dirty soy boys trying to do you harm on the internet? Most internet users aren't even aware of the amount of surveillance and data mining done with their personal information on a daily basis. Don't you wish that there was someone there to protect you, to look after your best interests? Well, there is. Surfshark VPN. Surfshark turns you into an anonymous and hard to trace online user and makes the internet a safer and more enjoyable place for you. Do you know what geo-blocking is? Disney Plus or Netflix, for example, have different movies for different countries. Access should not be tied to your nationality. But Surfshark gives you all the access that you need. Just connect to the service, refresh the page, and access granted. I use Surfshark absolutely every single day, and I trust them wholeheartedly. When I need Surfshark, I can activate it with just one click. And ladies and gentlemen, they've got an amazing deal for you right now. Use the promo code BUTTSMAN to get 83% off and 3 extra months for free. Surfshark also offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk. Surf by your own set of rules. Ladies and gentlemen, the link is down in the description. Surfshark VPN, thank you for sponsoring this video. Now let's get on with it. Now, I know a lot of people out there probably have, a bit of RSI from their teenage years of ripping the ears off it 15 fucking times a day. I know I did. I once split my foreskin. That's a whole nother fucking story. Now, some naysayers out there will suggest that stopmasturbating.org is a fake website. It's satire. It's not real. You fools. There's even heaps of articles and shit that state that it's satire and it's a big joke and it's a meme. I don't believe that for a second. Why? Because there's one article from Ed Times Youth Blog that says that stopmasturbatingnow.org is a real organisation which pleads you not to marry girls who self-rape. Now, can I just say this, ladies and gentlemen? If there's one article that says it's real, then I'm fucking on board. I may sound desperate in wanting this all to be real, and there is a reason for that, because the articles on this website are fucking incredible. And they're so realistic too. They sound like something that someone would write and put out there on their website and stand by. Articles like, should people who masturbate be allowed to vote? Well, they are allowed to vote in Australia. They're known as Green Party voters because they're all wankers. 17-year-old girl struck by lightning whilst masturbating. There's nothing more disgusting than the thought of a teenage girl touching herself. Well, nature agrees too. Jennifer Cottery of Hogland, Nebraska was struck by lightning this past Tuesday whilst masturbating outside behind a tree. We don't let our kids masturbate in the home for this very reason. So I guess she had to sneak outside. Embarrassed father Winston Connery was quoted as saying when contacted. These are amazing. This is why I want these to be real. How to spot a masturbator. Unfortunately, their lack of hygiene often results in the spread of STDs such as the clap, the gay, herpes, and the bad AIDS. 5 things you need to tell your children about masturbation. Well, I wish my mum just sat me down and spoke about the evil that I was creating and the depletion of Kleenex products that I was also creating. Number 1, masturbation is a top 10 cause of disease. Studies have demonstrated that it causes cancer, the AIDS, and even forms of paralysis. Imagine becoming paralyzed because you jerk off too much. It was worth it! Masturbation is an act of incest. When you masturbate, you are having sex with your own self, your own family, your flesh and blood. This is sinful and wrong. Actually, in Tasmania, that's known as Christmas dinner. If you're not from Australia, Tasmania is like the south of America. Everyone fucks their family. Your body's not a playground. Raping it and forcing it to orgasm is an act of violence that leads to other violence. Many studies demonstrated that self-rape leads to other serious crime. Yes, going old Bill Cosby on oneself is highly irregular. Masturbation is an act of homosexuality as you're having sex with yourself, a member of your own gender. Masturbation is a sin. Okay. We must abstain and only have pro-recreational relations with our same race wives. This website is fucking fantastic. But it's so perfect because there are people in this world who look like and act like they would look at this website and go, you know what, these are really good tips. And I think I've found them. The one group of people that have less sex than fucking incels, Christians. Particularly young Christians, like the young Christians that you knew at school, who you looked at and thought, fuck you cult-loving fucks. I found some Christians on the old YouTubes that love telling people how to have a great sex life, and I think you might enjoy learning about theirs as well.
Here's a good one. Was sex what you guys expected it to be? What's up, guys? How you doing? I'm Paul.
I'm Morgan.
And this is the Paul and Morgan Show.
Oh, yes, please. This is going to be amazing.
All right, our first question, and we're starting out with a big one. Does one of you want sex more than the other? How do you deal with that?
So,
the answer is yes. I think it is yes.
Here's what we have kind of figured out.
What we figured out. There can be different strategies for everybody.
Anal. We figured out anal. And what bullshit. These two have been together for what? I don't know, 2 years. Who cares? And this poor bloke, this entire time, he plays this big game of, oh no, I don't want to have sex. I don't care about sex. Who gives a shit about sex? Meanwhile, he is beating his meat like an old school fucking blacksmith trying to forge a sword. He's fucked his meat up so much that his foreskin looks like Mongolian lamb. Do you get my point? He's talking this big game about how great he is and how much he loves the Lord. Meanwhile, he's jerking off 24/7.
Because of our different desires for sex, we have set up a somewhat of a schedule.
We actually heard a pastor say that him and his wife have like a sex schedule.
I don't think that I would listen to my pastor about how to fuck. Firstly, like religious leaders, not the best people to listen to about, I don't know, consensual sex. Not saying this pastor that they're talking about is involved in that shit, but pedophile priests are a thing, so just fucking watch out. Secondly, the wife of this pastor, old plain Jane, laying there just on her back like she's on the cross. What a great fucking sex life they'd have, using holy water as lube. Yeah, fucking write down some of those tips. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks, pastor, for telling me how to blow me load on her face. What?
All right, next question. Why wouldn't you decide to have sex when you guys were engaged or just in love? We'll keep this answer shorter because we have hit on this in several of our physical boundaries video. The Bible says sex is to be in the confines of marriage. And we live by the Bible. We live by the Word of God. We're going to honor God with our bodies.
That's hot. I like it. I think you should only ever have sex when an ancient book tells you that it's okay to do so. It absolutely doesn't sound dull and boring. Nothing gets my dick harder than the richest organisation in the world telling me it's okay to stoop someone.
And also, you know, you could be engaged to someone, you might not marry them.
Sure.
Like, engagements fall through, and so you just want to be extra careful.
I noticed in a lot of families that were at my school when I was back in high school, like the real churchy ones, they all got married straight after school, right? And this is what old love's talking about here. Just because you're engaged, it doesn't mean shit, yeah? So, what they do is basically the dude is pressured into proposing to old love, right, for two reasons. Number one, they see it as, oh, you got to get married early. Okay, whatever. That's just a little thing that they do in their religion, all right? The second reason is because he's got the fucking blue balls of Papa Smurf. And he sees the only way he's going to get this load off is by asking her to marry him, and then he marries her, he gets his load off, and he goes, I fucking hate you. Sure, it was great blowing inside you, but I don't want to be with you.
Yeah, it's okay to look forward to being in that stage of your life where you're married and you can have sex. It's okay. But yeah, again, like Paul was saying, if you find that you are constantly thinking about sex, just be very careful. But it is okay to think about sex.
Everyone has thoughts about sex. Even when I was 10 years old, I had thoughts about sex, right? I did think that you had to pee inside a girl to get her pregnant, but it was still a thought. It's one of the most natural human emotions. If it's two consenting adults, then fuck away. Gods, avert your eyes. Let thy people root.
Here's a good one. Is it a difficult transition from premarital no sex, no sex, no sex mindset to post-marriage, which is all the sex you want?
Yeah, you jizz so hard you put your poor missus in hospital. But the real fear is you do it on your wedding night, let's say, and you're both terrible at it, or you both hate each other, or you're both disgusted by each other's bodies. This is why people test drive cars. They get a feel for it. It's why when someone gets their license, you don't buy them a brand new, perfect, gorgeous car. You let them fuck a fat chick from a nightclub. I mean, drive an old car, so if they bang it, it doesn't matter. Listen, there's heaps of these videos made by these two, and I reckon I could probably make a whole video series on them, and I may just do that. Let me know if you want to see that down below. But they are the reason that websites like Stop Masturbating Now exist. The satire is based on people like them. And you may even say to me right now, or think it in your head, hey Isaac, you need to start respecting their religion. How about fuck off? How about fuck no? I think personally that I should ridicule these little nerd virgins until the end of time. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East, but extinct. Toodaloo, au revoir, bye.